I'm Batman.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys would have seen this Suicide Squad game for a little while. It's been floating around. It's a bit of a nightmare, actually. It's a single player game, but it's hosted on servers as well, and they've recently been taking down the servers, and you can't play it, which is odd. Early access got removed as well. And then also one of the campaign endings got leaked. And that leak is Harley Quinn murdering the Arkham Batman in cold blood. So it's the Batman from the Arkham games, and she murders him in cold blood.
Let's just say it like it is. The leakage is my brain from my skull because that bitch shot me. What the fuck?
And that's why we get demonetized, because
that's right.
Watch the language.
Well, I'm Bat Tom. I don't know when that.
Oh, I see, Bat Tom. But so yeah, we're going to watch it in a minute. But I want to set everyone up with the context, because this was Kevin Conroy's last performance, right?
Rest in peace.
Yeah, it's quite disrespectful. This guy has a pretty massive legacy. Some people have said he's aware that he was going to die. Maybe not. Maybe he just wanted to put another performance in before his character died. You never know. But also, the other interesting thing about this Suicide Squad kills the Justice League thing is that in the game, Wonder Woman's actually on the Suicide Squad side, working with them to take down the Justice League. Why couldn't that be Batman? Like, out of all the people, surely it would be Batman, right? Like, of all
I don't
the people,
trust any of those people.
So, context, but let's have a watch, ladies and gents. Let's have a watch, because it's quite tasteless, and this is in a group of tasteless things. So we'll just play it as an overlay. I think their culture. We'll just play it now.
You know, Joker used to be real good at hurting people with words, but you, boop. Even when you're evil, you're still too good. You had a good run, Brucey. Flying around Gotham, punching bad guys, cleaning up the streets, causing long-term mental and emotional damage to everyone you knew. It's our turn now. After all we've been through. Oh, bet you didn't think it'd be me at the end, huh, Babs?
Are we done with your bad stand-up routine?
Almost. But you always gotta end on your best joke.
Oh, it's bad.
Punch my screen in the face right now. Really bad.
It's bad, isn't it? It's so it's important to note this is the Harley Quinn and Batman. This is the Harley Quinn that Batman could just slap away in one of the previous Arkham games. Literally one punch KO just on the floor.
Well, let's just address something in all seriousness first of all. She is just trying to claim that the Joker hurts people with words and words only. Are we forgetting that he has beat the hell out of her and damn near killed her how many damn times?
Well, what does he do? He's a murderer. What do you mean?
He is. Like, I don't even know what the hell this is all about. Like, they're trying to pretend like, what did Batman do wrong? Because she even says, even when you're bad, you're good. Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this is not right. Like, this is one of the most egregious destructions of a character I've ever seen in my life. Next to Superman getting raped in prison.
Oh yeah, that did happen. Yeah, that did actually happen in DC. I think what look,
shot in the head by a gun, no less. A gun, right?
I know. You'd think I don't know. It's just so it's just so ridiculous. And the thing is, you know, this game's got Sweet Baby Inc. Involved in it as well, which is just infesting AAA studios, just woke nonsense. And you've got to say what it is, that is what it is. when you have the only individuals that's working with them is a woman. Wonder Woman does get killed in the end, but she manages to land a fatal, can't remember if it's an actual fatal blow, but a kryptonite blow to Superman. Of all these people that would be doing it, it would be Batman. It would be him. He would have a contingency plan.
He does.
Because he's the greatest detective. He'd have a contingency plan for Brainiac coming down and brainwashing him. He'd have a contingency plan. It'd be built into like an anti-reversal device in his cowl or something like that. It's just so ridiculous, absolutely obscene. And the thing is, what I fundamentally don't think that they realised is that, what made you successful as a studio, Rocksteady as a studio, and what people are excited for was the Arkham games. You have just pissed on all of those fans, what they like and dislike, and you've just gone to hell with you now. So yeah, I want your opinion on this, Chris. Sock it to me.
I may be a bit contrary. We shared it on our social media and wondered if Kevin Conroy fans were going to be offended by this. There's no telling whether or not Rocksteady knew, or Kevin knew this would be his last role as Batman. I know this release is supposed to come out this week, I think February 2nd. They kind of had that bad hiccup where they
got early access. Early access.
Yeah, the early access, 30 minutes or an hour.
Early access is gone. Don't have it.
Don't know if anybody's going to get refunded for that money.
No.
But the Sweet Babe, there has been sort of this element of wokeness, but I also see the other side of this because the last game, what was it? Arkham Asylum, and Batman delivers the dead body of Joker to Harley Quinn at the end of that. So her shooting him in the head, as violent and ghoulish and in bad taste as it is, I guess it makes sense from a game standpoint. I just don't know that I think it was in bad taste. But I can't, I so tapped out on Rocksteady so long ago that I just don't have any more F's to give,
It's fair enough. That is fair enough. Culture.
I hate this. I hate this with passionately. I think that if you want to point a finger at somebody to blame, it's pretty easy. It's Kim Bel-Air over there at Sweet Baby Inc. She is a C word that I don't say out loud. I know the UK, that's practically an adjective that's used in every sentence, but here in the States, we usually don't use the C word all that often. And I'm outraged. But here's the thing: I don't think I'm going to pick this game up. I don't think there was ever any danger of me picking this game up, simply because I didn't enjoy the mechanics of the last several games. So, my perception, of the cutscene here that we just watched, if this is indicative of what you're going to see as far as gameplay and the representation on the screen of some of your favorite characters, this game's going to flop. This is a game that started with no Metascore, no reviews. I mean, they knew this was going to be a divisive, destructive game, and so much so that Forbes actually wrote an article on it today at just how odd this was. So if you don't think that you're in for this, you're in this for the long haul when it comes to games. Anything you see Sweet Baby Inc. attached to, anything you see Kim Bel-Air attached to, I'm going to tell you, is wrecked, ruined, and destroyed, which makes me wonder, when we get the new GTA, you think there's Kim Bel-Air involved in that?
Oh, probably. We've heard all the rumors about that anyway, so. Garbage. Tom, do you have any more thoughts on this, bud?
Yeah, I mean, just watching it makes me feel sick to my stomach, just the way it's portrayed, the way it's acted out. First of all, Harley would never do that. No matter what the reason would be. The only time I think Harley would ever kill Batman, and this is the one and only reason, would be because she wanted to hurt the Joker somehow. That's the only time she would. And even then, I think she'd second guess it because Harley's not like she is basically supposed to be what little good side the Joker could have, right? Like that's what usually kind of gets in the way of her and the Joker's schemes is she always has a second thought or, kind of.
She's the one that's got a conscience type deal.
Yeah, I got a conscience and Joker doesn't. Like that's the only two things. And Joker would never even kill Batman, right? Because he would have no fun then. Right? Like that's what he would say. Like it would go against the whole principle of the idea. I mean, to me, this whole thing just feels wrong. And it almost the way it's presented, I almost wonder if Kevin Conroy had no idea they were going to do this to the character anyway. And to even let it be this way now that even if they didn't know at the time, if it was planned this way, you work around it somehow because the actor died in real life. And you don't want to sit there and remind people of that unless it's something where it has to be done story wise to kind of, like it should have been done in The Last Jedi for Carrie Fisher, for instance. Right.
Yeah.
Like when that ship exploded, that should have been it. We all were ready to say goodbye to Princess Leia. Right. So in this case, we weren't ready to say goodbye to Batman. And that's no way for Batman to go out, especially when you have the iconic voice actor doing the role for the last time. Right. Like you need Batman to go out in a blaze of fucking glory. Like, and you're right, Mr. H. If anybody who would have a contingency plan, it's Batman because he doesn't trust anybody. So, and he even says that he always has these little contingency plans, backups, and everything for the Justice League in case something like this were to happen. So that goes against. Yeah,
that's a part of the game, but apparently his contingency plan wasn't that he would also be involved in it, which is a massive oversight.
No.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Part of the law is just absolutely outrageous. We do have Andre here. Don't know if you got anything else to add to this. Batman.
Andre would have some interesting thoughts, yeah. And again, just to have him go out being shot in the head with a gun, I think is a double fuck you.
Yeah.
Is the whole point of the game though just to kill superheroes? Kill the Justice League.
The male superheroes, Chris.
Of course. It's almost like some kind of it's a wanker. These people it's a masturbatory fantasy of these people that hate heroes, particularly male heroes. So we're going to kill them all. And maybe Kevin Conroy knew, maybe he didn't. I had someone push back and say, well, obviously he knew what he was getting into when he read the script or whatever.
Did he?
I don't know.
He might not be given a script.
But that doesn't. But just because Mark Hamill took a paycheck from Rian Johnson doesn't mean that I have to like The Last Jedi or the way it treated Luke Skywalker. And it feels like this is that times 11, right? Turned up to 11. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. Come on then, Andre. Let's get your thoughts, buddy.
I think that you guys have summed it up very nicely already. What I will say is that I actively hope that this game flops. I hope that they get all the controversy that they want, and I hope that that controversy warrants the response that we want, which is that gamers are smart enough to stay the hell away from this. Now, gamers, of course, they are a bunch, modern-day gamers, that is, they are a bunch that like to take the abuse from the gaming industry. They have for years. I mean, a part of them must enjoy it, because otherwise, why the hell do they keep on buying stuff like this? Yeah, I know many of these productions, they fail, but they don't fail by nearly enough, and they really should. I mean, these people, they need to be unemployed, all of them. Including up to and especially this C-word woman that Cultured wouldn't want to refer to by name. What was her name again?
I don't know. He stepped away briefly. So
the Sweet Baby Inc. person or whatever it was. I can't.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna call her Cunty Baby Inc. for the
come on, turn it down.
Anyway, that's kind of exactly the kind of activist that does wonders for the gaming industry these days, right? Why the hell this thing, it shouldn't have more than like 5 sales, 10 sales at most. No one should be buying
people
this.
Who would be into this point, I don't think buy video games. Yeah.
at this point, I mean, I'm not even outraged by her. I'm outraged by the gamers. Why the hell do you keep on supporting stuff like this? I mean, this is why I'm a retro gamer. You know what I'm going to do in I'm going to do in response to this. Normally, I would say that I would play Batman the Animated Series on the Sega Mega Drive. Unfortunately, Batman the Animated Series, and this one looks exactly like the cartoon voiced by Kevin Conroy, so you play that game, sounds exactly like that. Unfortunately, the Sega Mega Drive version is a shoot 'em up that's so difficult it's practically unplayable. But the Super Nintendo version is a platformer with detective elements. It is absolutely fantastic, and it looks just like the animated series, has the music and everything. I think I'm going to celebrate the memory of Kevin Conroy by never ever watching this cutscene, never ever playing this game. Instead, I'm going to play some Batman the Animated Series on the Super Nintendo. And you can do so too through emulation and some searching online. I'm not going to get into more into than that, but you'll have a far better time doing that than paying for this piece of subversion.
Well, there you go.
And also,
ladies and
I can't stay long. I just want to say happy 100th stream.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're cruising in on.
I just had to get you demonetized. That's
fine. Tom would have done it before.
That is tradition, isn't it?